Hey there, it's Jenny V from vitalitybyjenny.com, and I just wanted to do a really quick check-in today to let you guys know that I am still raw, even though I have been having a terrible time with this. And the fact, just mentally, it's been very hard for me to continue to be raw, and I have decided on several occasions that I wanted to stop and thought that I was going to, but then it didn't feel right to stop. So I would continue on with the raw food thing. And so I am still raw, even though I'm actually not, I'm just not that happy about it. I am not happy about being raw, but I'm not happy about not being raw. And the trouble is still that I haven't gotten any of the benefits that I wanted from it, that I was that I was looking forward to. I didn't receive any of those types of benefits this time, and I know that's because I was eating such a high raw diet before, and was eating very clean anyway, and so I was feeling great. It wasn't like I really needed that much more, but I was hoping for some more mental clarity, so that I could work on my business and develop products for my business in a more aware state, and that hasn't happened either. So the one thing that I have learned from this process is that I should be very happy with the way that I was eating before. So that's a very good thing to have learned. That eating a high raw, low fat diet, even if it's not 100% raw, if you include some cooked foods, for me, it's been just as good. There may be a slight edge, but it's been very hard to detect if there's been any improvement at all. So, and it's so hard for me because honestly, it's very hard for me to say that, because when I first changed my diet, it was to a 100% raw food diet for 30 days, and it was the best month that I had ever had in my life up to that point, in the sense, like, my whole life changed in that month. And when you go through something like that, where I was eating a very standard American diet at the time, eating out a lot and that sort of a thing. I was trying to eat healthier, but now I know, looking back, I wasn't really that healthy at all. And so then I changed over to a 100% raw diet, and the changes that took place were so incredible. I felt night and day difference. I got rid of my depression and my anxiety that I had been suffering from on and off for several years, and lost the baby weight that I had after my pregnancy, and really just, there was so many more. I felt so connected, so happy, so spiritually just lifted. There was so much that happened in that month that I forever, for a long time, I have had 100% raw up on this high pedestal, and it's so hard for me to let something else kind of feel the same, I guess. And so it's hard for me to take it down off that pedestal. So just saying to you on this camera, just saying to you and admitting to you that eating some cooked food feels the same as eating a 100% raw food diet for me, that's been hard. So, so maybe that's my lesson. That's one of my lessons I know in this whole thing, is to be happy with where I am. Because before, when I would eat the low fat, high raw, some cooked food diet, mostly just eating some cooked foods at the evening time and eating, all fruit and that sort of thing throughout the day, there was still always that thing in the back of my mind saying, you're not doing enough, you could have more, you could be doing better, you could be 100% raw, and your life would be even better. And the thing was, I did appreciate definitely how great I felt, because I did feel good every single day. But there was always that nagging thing in the back of my mind, like, you should be 100% raw, And of course, because I had had such an amazing transformation from going 100% raw, that I guess the feeling of that transformation, the feeling of taking your life to the next level was always alluring. And I thought maybe I was missing something from the 100% that I wasn't getting from the 90%. And so anyway, I know I've said that several times now, but I'm still wrapping it around in my head here, is that my lesson is that I was fine where I was, and I was more than fine. I was perfectly happy. And so I now know on a deeper level, because of this experiment, that what I've been saying to myself and saying to you guys is true, that you do not have to be 100% raw to have these benefits, that you can eat some cooked foods and enjoy the leniency that that provides you. You know, you can go out to eat, you can eat out at friends' houses a lot easier. You know, you can enjoy some of the flavors that you grew up with without, you don't have to give up all of that to have all of these benefits. And so just really feeling that over and over again on a deep level in my body, I think was a very good lesson for me. Plus, I believe it has really set home how having a very clear and very pulling why is huge when you're trying to make some type of lifestyle change. Because that's the one thing that had slipped away from me. The first week that I went 100% raw was very easy for me. And I was, you know, happy to be eating raw and looking forward to the day when I would get some type of increase from it. And so that whole first week I was expectant and you know, excited and all of that. And then after about a week, I started thinking, well, maybe this isn't gonna happen. Maybe I'm not gonna actually get any increase. And so after that, that's when it started to get hard, because all of a sudden my big why had vanished. And I tried to implement, like I said in last videos about this, that I tried to implement a different type of a why, working on my flexing my self-discipline muscle and that sort of thing. And that has helped a little bit. But I mean, obviously I'm still raw, so I'm still here, but it's not making it very enjoyable. So I'm trying to figure out, because even though my why is gone, I should be able to, I feel like I should be able to finish out the raw month without having all of this, I guess, mental anxiety around eating raw and having to continue eating raw even though I don't feel like it anymore. So I feel like there's some lesson there that I haven't learned yet, that I'm trying to learn. So I'm still working on that. If I get any lessons, life lessons out of that one, then I will be sure to let you know. And I wanted to remind you guys that just because 100% raw isn't the right thing for me right now, doesn't mean that it's not the right thing for you. Sometimes we have to eat different ways to accomplish different things, and it doesn't always have to be physical. And it's not something, sometimes the result that you're trying to get isn't something physical like weight loss or increased energy and that sort of a thing. There's other reasons why we could choose to eat 100% raw, or why we'd be pushed to eat 100% raw. And I have been down those roads several times before where I felt like, okay, for some reason now's the time I need to eat 100% raw. And you might not even know why, but you do it and you just listen to your body, you know. And as long as you continue to listen to your body, then you'll know when it's right for you, and you'll know when it's just, this isn't necessary right now. And so I don't want you to feel like just because I am saying it's not right for me, that it doesn't mean that's not possibly right for you, you know. I think in my past there's been several times, you know, I can think of at least 3 very important times where it was the perfect thing for me to be doing, and that anything less wouldn't have fit in that moment. And those were fairly long stretches of eating 100% raw. And, you know, so everybody's different, and we're all going through different things, and we all have different goals, and our soul is all of our souls are in different spots, trying to do different things, trying to grow in different ways. And what I firmly believe is that food can affect us in and either help us do what we're trying to do, or sometimes it can hinder us if we're not listening to our body and doing what it wants us to do. But if we are listening and we are choosing what is coming up for us, then allowing that to unfold however it's supposed to unfold will, I believe it will help your spiritual growth. It could help some type of mental challenge that you're having, you know, anything in your life that you're trying to work through. So anyway, there's my thoughts on this whole 100% raw challenge for the day. And I would like to hear from you guys. I know that there was still some of you following along and doing 100% raw, and I am saying, woohoo, keep going, keep going.